Hello, and welcome to today's Future Proof Plays. I am playing a game called Last Word by Merlin Dees, is how I'm gonna go with the pronunciation for now. This is described as a JRPG where you are combating with mannerisms or manners of speech. So I don't know how this is gonna go. Should be fun, should be entertaining. Yeah, so let's rock and roll. I think I need to turn my audio down in my ears. Maybe. We'll see how anything goes. I'm a little concerned about what might show up on stream. It's a fun game to get working in OBS. Alright, let's get started. Excuse me, gentlemen. This is the estate of Professor Chet Chatters, is it not? Yeah, definitely have to turn my audio down a little more. Indeed, we've just arrived as well.
Hey!
The servant should be back out soon, milady. He'll see to letting you in. Okay, game audio's high for y'all. Cool. Alright. Let's see how that sounds. He'll see to letting you in. Don't wait up for us.
Huh!
Sigh. I didn't expect to see this already. See what? This chit-chat. War of the words. You know, what those two fellows are engaging in right now. I insist. Of course. After you. I insist. All I see is a bit of discourse. Wordplay is common enough at social gatherings, if not entirely expected. Yes, but have you never met Judge Boasting and Mr. McCall? I'm familiar with them, but we've never been formally introduced. Why?
Huh!
They continuously attempt to get the last word on each other. It's a pain to listen to. It's as if whoever speaks last gets a big prize, or some such thing. That's exactly the point, young sir. Try not to play ignorant. This is a rather large estate. Only the best for Professor Chatters. Care to come inside? What of the other two? If we wait for them, we'll be out here all evening, freezing our smiles off. Come along. I should note we are not going to finish this game. I think the estimated time of completion is about 5 hours. So assuming things are going okay, we'll probably play a couple hours, maybe 2.5. We'll see how we're feeling, and so we won't conclude this. I'm in this picture and I do not like it. He shut the door on us, and after inviting us in. Can you believe the nerve? Oddly enough, I can. Hopefully, the exceptional Professor Chatters will have a bit more manners. You've never met with him either? I can't say that I have, but I couldn't refuse his invitation. This should be a fairly high-profile gathering, if I'm not mistaken. It'll be a great boost for my position in the Misimbo Corporation. It's due time we entertained our host, Mr. McCall. After you. Very graceful of you, Mr. Boasting, but I insist you lead the way. I couldn't possibly, Mr. McCall. Mr. Boasting, you simply must allow me the pleasure of letting you go first. See what I mean? You are a bit ignorant, aren't you? I'm witty gossip. Alright. A pleasure to meet you. I'm Seymour of Seymour House. Seymour of Seymour House? Oh no. A pleasure. What do you say we get inside before it gets much darker? Seymour. He who scoffs lasts. I missed the last line of that. Alright, so this is Summer House, the estate of Professor Chatters. I hope Professor Chatters is an English professor. Of course, why state the obvious? Should it be obvious? I've never stepped foot in here before. Good point. You certainly haven't. I don't let just anyone enter onto the property. You're a bit judgmental for a servant. Yikes. Possibly. Professor Chatters has strict guidelines for who can and cannot attend his little get-togethers. There are multitudes of dowdy figures vying to tumble through that front door. Sometimes his guests have class. Other times I must bite my tongue. Like now, for example. I don't suppose you've worked here long with an attitude like that. I'm a professional, Mr. Seymour. I've been here quite some time, and I never forget a frumpy face. I'll be sure to add you, both, to my mental catalog of regular attendees. The others are up this way. Follow me. Are you ready? I suppose. This isn't exactly my forte. No? You don't mingle often? My mother handled most of these engagements. Ooh, key topic. Level 1, the Seymour House. Learn key topics to unlock locked topics, alright? She was the head of the Seymour House. It was a bit sheltered, myself. Maybe you'll pick up on some of her skills. I can only hope. But maybe a glass of wine first. I could go for a glass of wine. Alright. Oh, arrow keys. Okay. Found the wine. This is adorable. I hope it's perfectly visible. Okay, looks like it's going through okay on OBS. This bottle on the bar is different from most of the others. Locked topic. Oh. Okay. Dramatic. How is the game audio now that it's thudding? There's a cat up there. It looks like there's a transparent bottle tucked far behind the glass. Okay. Pretty loud. Okay. Yeah, I had to turn my own headphones way down. So, just gonna keep cranking this down a little bit. Alright, we'll see if this is better. If not, I'll keep bringing it down. Sometimes I play games on stream with the audio one step above 0. Because they're so loud. I don't know if I'm going to be able to come up with much in the way of different voices and mannerisms, but we'll see what I can do with all these characters. Tonight, no noticeable difference. Uh-oh, okay, well, I'll let the two of you sort that out. Got a 50-50 split here. Tonight promises to be interesting. Quite a few new faces. Myself included.
Yeah.
Most certainly. You especially. Is this Professor Chatters? And it's bothersome. I come to these parties for real conversations. Discussions, arguments, gossip. Honestly, Miss... Gossip. Witty Gossip. That's a good name. That's a very good name. I know who you are. I'm being condescending. But as I was saying, Miss Gossip, was it? I don't think you have what it takes to hold your own here. Especially with all these locked topics. You're serious? I am. Do you disagree? I most certainly do. Excellent. Ooh. Move the conversation cursor forward to get the last word. Alright. Higher levels have an even greater starting advantage. Witty is 11 levels lower. Holy shit. Alright. Oh, interesting. Alright, so what's happening up top? Got a bar of POW and tact. Descriptive labels. Okay. Disruptive is power, submissive is tact, aggressive is movement. Phrases, tone. Alright.
Yeah.
Whoops, okay. Not a hold. So, enemy skills. Common courtesy, piercing gaze, inflection, perfection, and powerful vocabulary. Alright. Well, what are mine? Alright, let's go for disruptive, which might be the only one I have. Oh, okay, so the more subtle, the more movement, but the less power. Huh. Alright, let's see what happens. Ooh. There's no going back. Okay, so I got XP.
Yeah.
Well, it seems I've left you speechless. Be a good girl and bring me a glass of that 20-year Blanc. It's just delicious. Aww. Come now, show some class. Don't leave a thirsty woman awaiting her evening nip. I nip this in the bud. You can pour a glass of wine fairly well at least. I commend you. Classy slurp that is in no way obnoxious. Simply divine. As you're no doubt aware, there's great power in the ability to get the last word in a conversation. In that brief moment of speechlessness, you are susceptible to my persuasive persuasions. It's a positively overwhelming feeling. It certainly is. You don't sound enthusiastic enough, and it bores me to no end. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to strike up a conversation elsewhere. Find the lock icon to progress the story. I think these little silhouettes are adorable, and I think mine has a bow tie. What an odd design. Part copper, part rubber. I'm just gonna collect all these. Do I have like an inventory? Alright. Okay. I don't know if there's a way to see all my locked stuff. Okay, so that brings that up. Okay, maybe not. Oh, that's adorable. This. Alright. The crackle of a warm fire soothes me. I need it after that conversation. This is an awkward statue. It's a stone mouth that says Seymour House at the bottom. All these locked topics. I love it. A lot of these books are historical. The Fall of the House of Gossip. I don't see what I could gain from reading such blather. Aw, that's my house. My house fell.
Huh.
I'm a little surprised seeing you talk with Mrs. Petal like that. You mean just now? What of it? I don't know. It's like watching a fight. I didn't expect you to take part in it. We've just met, Seymour. I don't know why you're already making expectations. You're right. I guess I'm still a little bit flustered. Like I said before, my mother usually handled these affairs. Looks like I have a lot to learn. Well, I'll teach the basics. Common discourse can be summed up by saying that whomever gets the last word wins. To move the conversation forward in the direction you like, you need to carefully juggle 3 types of phrases. Start with the disruptive phase. Disruptive phase garnered a small amount of power in the conversation. To really affect the discourse, we need tact. Now that we have some power, select a submissive phrase. But first, we'll give the opposition their turn. Gain tact from power. The submissive phase reduced power but gained tact, and tact is needed to be aggressive without losing face. Go ahead and say an aggressive phrase and watch the conversation truly start to move. Okay. More pegs shown over composure. The more the conversation moves when using aggressive phrases. Composure is important. If someone has damaged composure, they become more susceptible to aggressive phrases. Okay? Each phrase uses a tone. Damage composure by using a stronger tone. When the speaker chooses a phrase, they also commit to a tone. Balance phrase choices based on resources, immediate effects in the conversation, and tones. Interesting. Okay. More information can be read at the save point. So I don't have power or tact right now. So I should probably do something disruptive. The more power I use, more power I gain, the more I can use on subtle stuff. Alright, so I have 30 power. So let's convert that to tact. And I should be able to be very overtly aggressive. Blood boiling. Uh-oh. Like, this is not gonna go well. So what does it look like? So that, a subtle aggressive would move me to a win. Ready to burst. Oh, poor Seymour. Gain XP after a discourse. XP is higher when winning than losing. Oh, I reached level 2. Feel smarter? I suppose. Just try to remember the phrase civilitas civilitatum.
Hey.
St. Lauden's motto? I never learned Latin. It's not Latin, it's complete gibberish to the finest degree, but everything has meaning. It works as a reminder that in the civilized world, it isn't what you say that matters, but how you say it. Civilitas civilitatum. Our nation hasn't steered us wrong yet. I'll try to keep that in mind. Perhaps I'll start picking up on some of the finer points as I go. And so I told the young lady she could have my hat only if she put down the revolver. Brilliant tale, Mr. Boasting. I'm sure that impoverished child you saved will never forget your deeds. Oh, he better not. Servant, when are we going to meet the professor? At breakneck speed, I assure you. Professor Chatters needs to finish setting up the equipment before the grand display. And let's say you tell us what this new device of his is, eh? I've been sworn to secrecy, as I'm sure you'd expect, Judge Boasting, but your charm is noted. I encourage you all to mingle while we wait. The wine is out and corked. Enjoy it.
Oh.
It looks like we must wait a bit longer, Mr. McCall. It seems to be that way, Mr. Boasting. Care to grab a drink? I'd love to, Mr. McCall. After you. It's pretty good. I like that. This is a small party. I expected a more varied crowd, didn't you? I guess I never thought about it, but maybe more people will arrive. The night's young. Okay, select a key topic and gossip with guests. Level up the topic or learn new ones. So, I have newest invention. Okay, so looking at the little dots across the bottom, I've got 2 of, if I can count, that's 9 key topics. Alright. So if I'm not talking to those 2. That seems like a good way to end up sad. Who are you? Talk to banter. Consider information. Check lock topic. Lock topic? Alright. Let's just talk to them. Please wait patiently while the incredible professor finishes up his work. It seems a bit rude that he shouldn't be out to greet us himself, and that he shouldn't have his invention already prepared. If you knew what sort of device he had been working on, I'm sure you would eat your words. What do you want to bet there is no device? Alright, can't open that door. Oh, interesting. Does Vampire the Masquerade have... It's been so long since I've played a World of Darkness game. What do you mean by social interactions in this case? Can I do anything in here now? The cat's gone. What are my options? One letter at a time. Alright. Oh. I think I also want to save. You're having a one-on-one conversation. There's winning and losing. Yikes. That's a... I mean, I guess it works, but it's not how I like the game, generally. lot of wines to choose from on this shelf. Locked topic. This might explain some things about how the meta of LARP stuff can go sideways. I think I might have to... I do want to know who's in this bathroom, but I don't think it will let me find out. Alright. Alright, level 3. Oh. Okay. Can I change my key topic? So what if I switch to the newest invention? Okay, cool. Let's gossip about the newest invention. The professor's invention is as much a mystery to me as it is to you. Honestly, though, I expect there to be much more I expected there to be much more to the summer house estate than your average party would have. Knowing what little I know of the professor's reputation, I expected the estate to be stacked to the brim with scientific equipment. Okay, so now I have Chatter's history. I see. Okay, cool. As I talk to each person, I get more. Oh, God. Alright, let's talk to Petal. I'm just as oblivious about this new experiment as you are. The professor has been known for his odd contraptions, but rarely does he hold a show. However, I expected his house to have a lot more sciencey things sciencing about. This is all beyond me. Alright.
Oh.
I'm quite excited to see what the immaculate Professor Chet Chatters has in store for us. I feel like it's going to be an automaton that just lets you get the last word. Or that you can just simulate these combats against. Oh, I'm so sad for Seymour. Seymour Seymour. I couldn't possibly guess what the professor brought us here for. Maybe we should ask around. Oh, there's green. Okay. The green person is who's in the bathroom. You need to come out of the bathroom. Hiding. Let's learn about Chatter's history. Okay, so the servant is never on the list. Or is not on the list. The notable professor is quite the mystery, even to McCall House. What does Chatter get me? Good evening, Miss Gossip. Good evening, Mr. McCall. I see you and Mr. Boasting are settling in well. Yes, we have assertive history. He's a master conversationalist, I find. Verbally sparring with him works to my advantage. He allows me to keep up, I know, but one day I hope to have as much social experience under my belt as he does. That's a rather simple aspiration. Yikes. I've had no lack of aspirations thus far in my life. Big or small, simple, complex or simple. I have room for all of them. It's fair. Is discourse a fight? Oh. Well, I feel like I've made a decision to do something I didn't understand. I see. Okay. Good.
Oh.
The professor has a rich and fine history of gentlemanry. At least, so I hear. He's rather reclusive. But he's quite brilliant. They say his inventions have been used in the front lines of this blasted war.
Oh.
Level 2, newest invention. Boasting House is mostly known for politicians and judges, but most of us enlist early on. You won't find truer gentlemen. Because of our position, we've always been friendly with the McCalls. McCall House, in case you didn't know, is mostly administrative. Every courtroom in St. Lauden has at least one Boasting and one McCall. Oh ho. That means you're Judge Boasting, correct? Should I be calling you Your Honor? Absolutely not. Call me as you would any other civilian. I only go by my title in the courtroom. I'm quite excited to see what the immaculate Professor Chet Chatters has in store for us. Could it be another prototype for the war? They say his previous invention was purchased by the military almost immediately. I think... Let me get more about the Seymour house.
E.
Seymour house, Seymour house. It seems I should know more about it, but I'm drawing a blank. Ah, yes, the Seymour house. Unimportant by the standards of the last few years, but not without interesting details. I'm positive Mrs. Petal would have something to say about the former head of the house, but I doubt she'll talk about it here. Maybe once the night progresses, the wine will loosen her tongue. Whoops. The Seymour house? I'm all too familiar. It's a rather lesser house. That odd man with the glasses is the youngest member, if I'm not horribly mistaken. But I'd rather not talk about that lineage tonight. Gossip about his own house. There's not much to talk about, really. My mother was the head of the house, and now it's me. So I was able to hit level 2 on newest invention without talking to General Sandhoff. So that's interesting. You say the professor has made inventions for the military. My word. This party is getting dreadfully boring. I have the urge to leave. Okay. Okay. So, what happens if I go into this duel? Actually, let me see what level Home Dude is first. 32? 32? 32. What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get gossip first. Let's see. It's the first time I've been to see the professor, and in fact, I'm not sure if anyone here has met him in person. All I really know about him is he's a wildly inventive inventor. Luckily for us, his crazy devices aren't cluttering this fine lounge area. Okay. Let's try this. Didn't I already put you in your place? I came here for discourse, dear, not to destroy the spirits of young girls. I might engage with you properly in a few hours after I've had a few more glasses of wine. Alright, I think I'm just gonna continue collecting details. I know very little about Chet Chatters himself. What I do know is that he's, well, I'd be more willing to talk about this after I've had a few drinks, I think. Sorry. Can I get a drink? Am I supposed to be encouraging people to drink? I cannot only move half of that distance to get between those chairs. Let me see if anything has unlocked. Please wait patiently while the incredible professor finishes his work. Alright. What if verify. I need to learn more about the newest invention before the servant can be urged into hastening the professor's introduction. Okay. The other guests might know more about the topic if I gossip with them about the topics I already know. When I have information I need, I should be prepared to hold discourse with the servant. Alright. Well, let's keep talking to folks about the newest invention. So you've heard that the professor makes military devices. Interesting. Actually, now that I think on it, I remember my mother saying that Professor Chatters used to be a linguist for the military. Alright. Alright. Talk to Purple Dude.
Yo.
The professor's invention is as much a mystery to me as it is to you. However, Mr. Boson here claims that the invention is without doubt a military device. I have to get this dude out of the bathroom. All right. Switch topics. Talk more about Chatter's history. So you're aware the professor used to be a linguist, eh? Oh, my word, this truly does excite me. I haven't had worthy discourse in years. A linguist like the professor is just what I need to test my merits. The professor was a linguist. Intriguing. I bet Miss Petal would have something to say about that particular nugget of gossip. Professor Chatters was the linguist. What a marvel. My husband is a linguist, too. I wonder if it's possible that the professor's newest invention has to do with linguistics. Oh dear, my wrists are sweating at the thought. Your wrists are sweating? Actually, I think I may have heard about such a project in the news. Was it Professor Chatters who's working on communication technology? Was it? Can you imagine how the war would turn in our favor if our dear linguists had better gear? This has gone from drab to exciting. Mine too, my wrists are dripping. It's warm in my office, so my wrists are also getting sweaty. Okay.
Yeah.
Imagine how much a grand linguistic device could aid us out in the field. My husband would come home in no time. I'm quite excited to see what the immaculate Professor Chet Chatters has in store for us. Could it be another prototype for the war? They say his previous invention was purchased by the military almost immediately. Word spreading that this great invention has some bearing on how we communicate. Simply riveting. Come here. Rumors are spreading that the professor is building a communication device among the 4 people here. Seems a little far-fetched, but we'll see soon. Alright, let's go back to Chatter's history. I know very little about Chatters himself. What I do know is that he's, well... Okay, oh right. Needs drinks. Seymour House. I think I get to try to go talk. Oh. I never eat my words. From what I've gathered, Professor Chatters was in the military. He's specialized in linguistics. Furthermore, his inventions have been useful to the armed forces for some time. If I'm not mistaken, it seems the professor has brought us here to showcase another such device, a creation using the powers of speech. I'm sure you feel quite brilliant, but any clod with a misshapen cranium could have discovered as much simply by reading public journals. Your lack of tact is striking. Quite so, but words are often striking, are they not? It's how we gather power among our peers. I demand you allow me to see the professor. No. You're a servant. You must allow me to converse with the host. It's your duty. I think all sides are wrong in all of this. Is that so? You still hold that servants are unable to hold discourse? That they must remain powerless? Certainly, that's the way it is. Allow me to disagree. Alright. I do not like either of these people. Alright. So, start with disruptive. I'll take one movement. I would have to go for subtle. I think I want more power first. Alright, so they did a submissive move that got them tact. I will do a common to exchange power for tact. So primary movement from tact, enhancing opponent's composure. Okay. I think I'm willing to not move the dial any to gain a bunch of power. And cannot do overt, but I can do common. That gets me tact. So servant is basically just building up tact. Now, is there an aggressive? Yeah. Okay, so if he's the last of my tact, I can win. I earned 2 bows. That's pretty adorable. Well, I believe I've made my point pretty clear. Now, would you kindly introduce us to the professor already? As you wish, my lady. What's taking him so long? I just had a discussion with a latecomer, General Santoff. Intriguing woman. I think I'm beginning to understand the more complex nature of what Mother did. Did you get the last word? Absolutely not. She ordered me to do 20 push-ups afterwards. I love that we are about to meet a lady general. I suppose we all have our weak moments. Doubly so here. Seeing this environment and that servant is making my head spin. Speaking of which, that servant is highly peculiar, to say the least. I'm beginning to have weird feelings about this invention. The professor would like to thank thank you all from the bottom of his heart for waiting as patiently as you have. And for those of you who have been rather impatient, well, I suppose you should be thanked as well.
Oh.
Where's the professor, and where's this marvelous invention of his? You see, over the last few years, the professor's been contracting his inventions out to the St. Lauden Armed Forces. He himself was a colonel in the forces many years back, and he's never lost his depth of patriotism. However, his designs are fragile things. They cannot be shown to just anyone. They must be carefully tested.
Oh.
You mean to say? It's my turn to speak, General. Let's not lose our manners in the face of excitement.
Oh.
Spare us the rigmarole. Get on with it. Fine. Let us get directly to what you all came here to see. May I present to you... Nope. Hell nah. Nope. Nope. Party over. It's too many teeth. It's too many things. Alright. I can't even... This is a lot. Welcome, all. I have gathered you here to show off and test my newest creation. I lovingly call it the mouth. What about the hat? Despite being awe-inducing and beautiful to gaze upon, the mouth is, as you can plainly see, a unique communication device.
Ah.
Greg. Oh my goodness. Alright. It's a bit odd. You may be saying to yourself that it seems a bit odd, and to that I scoff heartily. Scoff. You see, through a mixture of linguistic genius and electromechanical engineering, I've created a machine that can engage in discourse. The fact that it's pointing as it talks is even more disturbing. It has all of the nuanced persuasion of any human, the charisma of a politician, the subtlety of an actor, the guilt of parental in-laws. All of this and more, controlled by me and without filter. This game gets racist, we're switching tacks. So, you see, none of you should leave until you've enjoyed my vintage wines. You simply must give them their due. And with that, I wish you all a good evening. I'm joking about racism. This game probably won't get racist. That'd be a weird turn. I do say, these wines look marvelous, but I can't take away the host's honor of the very first glass. After you.
Oh.
Discourse. My dear sir, she said, after you. Dear heavens, he can't hear us. He's gotten the last word in. It's a one-way intercom of sorts. I've seen these before, in the trenches. Highly advanced technology, albeit only prototypes. Marvels beyond convention. That mad genius. Now we can't leave until we've sampled all of his wines. Brilliant. Simply brilliant. Well, you heard the fellow, Mr. McCall. Let me pour you a glass of this Ambleton.
Ah.
Of course, after you. Not so fast, servant. I demand that you tell the professor that we are not his lab animals. This experiment must be shut down immediately. General, I appreciate your service, but I can't tolerate your tone. It hurts my sensitive ears. This is no joke. I won't have the professor rendering us speechless like we're... Like we're the enemy, perhaps? Well, I assure you, General, you're not the enemy, and this device is hardly for our enemies. Now do as the professor commanded. I'm sure he'll have more to say as the evening progresses. Why are we in the washroom?
Hey.
Isn't it obvious? I don't want to be anywhere near that mouth thing. There's no way it can hear us in here. Oh. It can't hear us at all, Seymour. What are we going to do? Unfortunately, we don't have any options. I plan to enjoy the wine and mingle. You? This talking thing is rough. How was I not aware of how the world works for so long? In the richer houses, it's not that uncommon. Seymour, boasting, Petal, they've all been guilty of sheltering their children. What about Gossip House? Gossip House is now defunct. You could probably stand to do some research on the other houses. Your ignorance is tactless. Yeah, I know. I need to grow up. I'm a pretty bad master of Seymour House. But I'll figure it out. I feel like I'm growing with every bit of discourse, and I'm learning a few tricks. Don't make this an emotional moment, Seymour. I shouldn't have to keep reminding you that we've just met. Plus, we're in a washroom.
Hey.
Sorry, I'm still in the process of hardening up. This mouth thing is messing with my head. I'm finally learning the ropes, and now I'm stopped in my tracks by some wild invention. We'll just have to keep our heads up and our wits about us. Try not to worry so much. I'll try. Chapter 2, Hostility, or More Than One Way to Enjoy Wine. Okay, we're actually going to pause here, and I'm going to go refill my water because it's empty, and I didn't refill it before I started streaming. So, we will, we'll pause, be right back in just a little bit. Alright, welcome back. I think you've learned something about what key combinations I have mapped on my macro pad because of this shift business happening here. So, we are back. I have water. I'm very happy about this. So it will not, probably won't surprise anyone watching. I find the idea of conversation being centered around a conversation for collecting resources in order to fuel an argumentative conversation to get the last word in. I find the whole idea, despite the fact that I think this game is very cute and cool, Oh, right, not WASD. Actual arrow keys. To just be problematic, and the idea that discourse is inherently contentious. I mean, maybe that's how things are. I mean, that's what when people talk about the discourse in such a way as Greg has typed in chat. It is almost always contentious. But this is a model of conversation that makes for interesting mechanics, but not not the mechanics I want to see in the world. So, I can't believe the professor has the gall to experiment on his guests. Has he no honor? It is rather surprising. I'd expect a former colonel to at least have some ethical code. Why? I'm beginning to think that all of these talks of his good deeds are simply rumors to aid his reputable reputation. I like how Miss Petal does not have, like, a good way to finish her sentences, like the vocab to, like, pivot at the end. Wow, that's so locked away, it's unknown. Alright.
Oh.
Alright, learning about St. Lauden's forces. The armed forces have been relying on Professor Chet Chatters since he became a colonel at a young age. Some of his inventions have been small but incredibly useful, so much so that he's still being paid as an honorary active colonel. Interesting.
Ah.
The professor is an honorary colonel, eh? We McCalls were never active servicemen. Maybe one here or there, but not many. Oh, the general's so upset. As angered as I am at the professor's recent behavior, I can't condemn an honorary colonel. Oh ho. What an odd design. Alright. Oh. Newest invention is open. This thing has tremendous powers, even if it does look like garbage. Special event. Oh. Can I spend this XP on something other than leveling? Oh. Whoops. That's not what I meant to do. Chatter. Oh ho, that professor sure has pulled a fast one on us. But I can't complain about his wine selection. There are much worse ways to spend an evening. Oh. Oh. Y'all. Look. Hey, kitty. What's your name? Your collar says your name is Harper. Key topic. Domestic feline. What a cute old gal you are. What a cutie. Well, we have to learn about the cat.
Oh.
Ah, yes, that gorgeous white-haired cat truly livens up the old estate. Oh. Yeah, nothing else matters. Who cares about the 150 teeth inside of that device? Rumor has it you can upgrade your bows if you talk to her, but honestly, that makes no sense. Blasted rumors. How are you, Harper? Still lounging around the estate, I see. Don't have too much fun. Huh. Use bows to equip skills. Earn bows by leveling up or purchasing them here. Purchase skills from the servant. Alright. Huh. Do I know what a wine tasting does? Maybe I should go save before I do this. You are currently involved directly in my unhappiness, but I shall be the better person and conceal this information from you. If you have enough stored experience, I'm obligated to teach you a few of the more advanced skills I've seen over the years. Well, never mind, and then I'm gonna save. Wait, the saves point moved. Son of a... I think it's out. See it out front? Wait, what are those stats? Oh, it's where I am. 14% complete hostility. Okay. Alright. I see you're out there, friend. Friend I just met. Let's learn about these. Skills. Spend stored resources, or stored experience to learn skills. Read the information before spending. There are no refunds. Skills do not work until they are equipped. Equip them in the main menu. Okay, so I don't have enough money for any of these, but that makes it safe to look at what it is. Start each discourse with 10 extra power. Blinking is a sign of weakness. Start each discourse with 10 extra tact and 10 extra power. Okay. That's interesting. Start discourse as if one level stronger. A firm grip to say hello, then good day. Alright. Alright. First, I do want to continue learning about the cat. I happen to love cats. Every soldier has her vice, gossip. It's fair enough.
Yo.
The cat, she's quite cute, although I'm more of a dog person. Talk to me about cats. Miss Petal is getting worked up over the obligations the professor has set upon us. I may be able to light her fuse if I can gather the right information. If she gets angry enough, maybe her passion will disrupt the scene. Okay. That conversation. Alright. I'm still interested in the cat. Oh, did I already talk to Purple? I did. Alright. So, Petal is not going to be available to talk about topics.
Hey.
That cat is cute. She's a little standoffish, but what cat isn't? Mine. My cats are not standoffish. Oh no! Who would want to discourse this adorable level question mark cat? Learn the key topic, photography. Only the first level is available. Allows Witty to access optional information from around the estate. Wine tasting. Yum. This topic can be upgraded to max. Allows Witty to sample and collect wines from around the estate. Gain 1 bow. Use bows to equip skills. Also, they make you look fancy. So do I have... I'm guessing I don't have any skills. Because I haven't purchased any from Home Skillet. Okay. So I need more money, more XP, which I get from Discourse. I feel like I might have to... Oh, excellent. Good. Alright. Oh, I can find out about Seymour House from the General now.
Oh.
The current head of the Seymour House is at this party. He's the sullen, limp young man with the dark glasses and feeble body strength. Rude. Huh. Okay, Seymour House does... These don't automatically level when you get all the information in them. Oh. A person who hasn't served in the armed forces doesn't deserve to live in McAlodden. Even I spent my fair share in the service as a colonel. No colonel was as courageous as I was. We lost many good men. Oh ho. I like you a lot less than I already did.
E.
The Boasting House has a long history of service, but the McCalls are less inclined. Not to say that we aren't patriotic, but we're cautious. That's why it was such a surprise when my sister and I became boxers. Not as respectable as the armed forces, but still respectable, I say. This Homescout's gonna hang out here all night. This machine the professor uses, how does this help with the war? Surely you can't engage in discourse with an enemy. I mean, if discourse is already fighting anyway. I'm a little tired, but I'm ready if you are. Neat, I can really use the practice. You don't sound like you're up to the challenge. Don't confuse my intense fear with a lack of enthusiasm. I am the master of Seymour House, after all. In title, certainly, but you sound more like the servant of Seymour House. Wow, this character's just... classist. Seymour, I thought we were engaging in discourse. You can't give up prematurely. Try it again. Ah, I get it. Then what I meant to say was, I disagree. I'm doing this mostly for the money, the XP. Whoops. I'm curious whether... Well, I'm sort of curious to see how, if this gets more complex, like, will I need to make tougher decisions other than kind of cycling through this loop in order to make real progress in harder fights. So I have lost more composure than he has. But I'm also a level higher. I hate to do this to you, but it has to be done. What do you think I should get for my trophy? Rude. Well, you look spiffy in that bow tie. I agree, but I would like more than a compliment. Yes, what I mean is that I happen to have one you should take. It's handy, if nothing else. Very thoughtful, Seymour. I think I'll take it. Now, keep practicing. You have some shaping up to do.
Hey.
I'll accept that challenge. Alright. Now I'm gonna go buy a skill. Hi, cat. So, if I have... Is there... Okay, so there's no per topic chatter with the cat. Figured not, but... Figured it was also worth checking.
Hmm.
Alright, so... Common courtesy. 10 extra attack, 10 extra power. Sure. Alright. So now, how do I equip skills? Here, like they told me. Okay. Shift. There we go. Interesting. All right. All right, where am I on things? I'm very hesitant to deal with this newest invention anymore. It's very alarming. Let's go back outside for Moby Dope. I don't blame him for not wanting to be at this party.
Hey.
Professor Chatters is still an honorary colonel? I guess that's no surprise. He was loved well in the military. Do you know Miss Prattle's son? Private Prattle? Well, former private, really. Good riddance. He looked up to the professor like a mentor. Alright, ask the general. Colonel Chatters rose to his rank quickly, mostly because of his genius in design. He never went into the field like a true hero. He may be able to talk himself out of a civil dispute, but the war outside of St. Laudon is far from civil. But forget I mentioned it. Alright. Conversation games are tough to make not just be like a methodical bam, 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 we're gonna check all these boxes. I think this tries, so like in the sense that like when I talked to Seymour and he gave me the lead for the next topic and unlocked a new topic, it did automatically switch me to Private Prattle. So I could have, if I had continued conversing with people, I would have been on the new topic, which kind of gives a sense of flow. But I think it's tough to produce a system that doesn't just result in kind of a quest checklist.
Huh.
Miss Prattle's son was younger than I am, but he joined the military in traditional Prattle fashion. Not a surprise. It runs in their family. Do I have anything I haven't talked to you about?
Hey.
Honestly, I can't quite tell whether or not the invention had an effect on me or whether I'm too comfortable here to leave. But I will admit that I'm growing tired much more quickly than before. Okay. So Prattle's just not going to tell me anything. So let's go get more information about this creepy ass mouth. So the professor built a one-way intercom with a face, eh? Isn't that right brilliant? I can't quite explain why it's so effective. Even at my level of skill, I can't help but grow fatigued the more I follow its suggestions. Such is life. That's... This experiment is disturbing. The fact that he's practicing on civilians goes against the military spirit. I don't know how he managed to get a machine to hold such power over us, but it must be stopped before someone gets mildly perturbed. Although he must admit that it's proving to have marvelous potential for... never mind. The prototypes we've tested before this haven't had anywhere near this effect. How does Chatters manage? It must have something to do with that fourth appeal gibberish he reported on last spring. It had us all scratching our heads. In any case, his methods are effective. I hope the mouth can adapt to radio technology. Huh.
Ah.
I know you must think of me as a brute because of my boxing career, but I'm quite the quick reader. It's a classic McCall trait. I haven't even come close to the depth of the professor's written collection yet, but I can tell you there's very little on machines. There's some interesting philosophical works regarding the 4 elements of discourse, but nothing scientific or quantifiable. What's the 4th element?
Yeah.
Alright. Ah. Alright. Let's get your take on Private Prattle. Mrs. Prattle's son. I know him. We both sort of grew up together. The McCalls and the Prattles have been pretty close for a few decades. He has a fairly scandalous history, though. He went AWOL. Moreover, he left to run off with a rather rich older lady. You might know of her. Mrs. Seymour of the Seymour house. Gasp. Well.
Yo.
Private Prattle always had a taste for, I guess you'd call it aged wine. No, I wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't. Prattle's absence was a mild blow to the reputation of the armed forces, at least in the eyes of the public. They say Private Prattle ran off with Mrs. Seymour. More importantly, he left the forces to do so. Chasing a woman into the wilderness is the true goal of every young man, but only a coward drops his rank and flees his duty. So there are very few people here that are not, on some axis, despicable.
Huh.
So, you've heard. It's rather embarrassing. Mother ran off with the Prattle heir, and he's younger than me. Not only that, but she took most of the house's finances and left me in charge. Me, of all people. I've been useless for years. Needless to say, the house has been dipping into obscurity for some time now.
Huh.
The Seymour house has been practically dissolved into obscurity at this point. It's not my favorite topic. If Mother hadn't taken all of our money and left with that damned Private Prattle, we might still be squeaking by somehow. Possibly. This game is good at names. I like the names. And I hope Private Prattle's first name is something like Peter. Chasing you so I can talk to you. Seymour is a right mess when it comes to handling the Seymour house, but he doesn't have much of a choice, eh? But you think Miss Seymour stole the family funds to... If you think Miss Seymour stole the family funds to run off with the Prattle boy, you're mistaken. The Seymour house was bankrupt. The truth of the matter is, she agreed to sell the estate to Professor Chatters to get the money they needed to elope. The mansion is, in fact, the old Seymour estate. This mansion is the old Seymour estate. You can't trick an old gentleman like me. I've been here a million times over the years. Huh.
Eee.
It's true that Seymour House was, or is, penniless. The sale of this estate might have been of use if Miss Seymour had stuck around. The Seymours have plenty of estates to sell, but not many would have the price and prestige the official home of the Seymour family has. Professor Chatters must have paid a fortune. But why? He must really like this dusty old place. That's because there's something in the basement. There's definitely something in the basement. Or the attic. It's no secret that the professor was an inspiration to many of the troops, but mostly to the ones with lesser minds, shall we say. His professorly liberal thinking was easy for the mindless followers to, indeed, follow, and some even left their rank due to his manipulation. Private Petal, who was an endless source of this type of meaningless gossip, was one such person. He was led by Colonel Chatters personally. More than one person left the forces after being influenced by the professor's liberal attitudes. His mentality was viral. If Chatters wasn't so useful, we might have dismissed him, but Petal would still be in the armed forces then, for whatever that's worth.
Yeah.
Alright. He must have some merits. Your son was quite taken by his influence, wasn't he? What could you possibly know of my son? From what I hear, the professor inspired many people to leave the armed forces. Your son was no exception. What are you saying? Don't sound so flustered. Everyone knows he left the military prematurely to run off at the head of Seymour House. The sale of this estate enabled them to elope. Elope? Horrid, absurd, treacherous. You can't possibly believe that my young boy would take part in such a ridiculous scandal. He's still working for our great country, making his father proud. There's hardly a point to contest. This is the reality of it. Your assertions are incorrect, you trollop. Alright. I got my little skill equipped. That's a lot of levels higher. I feel like being a little more subtle here is going to get me somewhere. Like, I don't think I can afford to not move the needle. Unfortunately. Alright, so she's out of tact, so I can afford to do this. Oh, right. Never mind. Wrong. This is the talk of shame.
Yeah.
What a horrifying young woman you're turning out to be. You and your accusations against my son. Ugh. Back away slowly before I decide to lose my temper, Miss Gossip. It did in fact make me back away. Alright, so I either need to fight better, or I need to level up. You're level 11. The fact that Private Petal left the military to pursue his childish dream is downright absurd. Knowing that Chatters was in some way responsible for this is even more disappointing. Damn his charming smile. I mean, should I just be challenging people? Get gossip first and then I'll challenge. Private Petal always looked up to his superiors in the military. It's no surprise that a great inventor inspired him to go after his dreams. His dreams of marrying Mrs. Seymour?
Hey.
Mrs. Seymour? Discourse can be a riveting sort of puzzle. Let me show you what I mean. What's your opinion on professional boxing? This sounds like a weighted conversation. Excuse me if I'm cautious. It's an expertise of mine, certainly, although a new viewpoint is always welcomed. Then, if you must know, I think very little of it. You jest. St. Lauden was founded on the principles of diplomacy, strength in words, not arms.
Yo.
That's a modern fallacy compared to the origins of humanity, or even Europe as a whole. We fought and struggled long before words existed. Boxing is an homage to our heritage. It harkens back to our origins, pitting one being against the other in close quarters. So much time and effort is placed into destroying another person, not just body, but pride and reputation. Is that not what we're doing with the words?
Yo.
And you think that because the activity is physical, that it's somehow less than, say, a highly regarded debate at a university? Primal brutality can hardly compare to philosophical discussion. Allow me to assert the opposite. Let's see if I can get away with this. This is not good. Wow. So he's got some skill that lets him get more tact from a submissive action. That is interesting. Whoa. That's gonna be a... Huh. This is not gonna end well. I think I should have been more conservative. Yeah, someone can afford to take 2 tact actions back to back. Alright, no talking your way out.
Yo.
Usually this is where I'd gloat, but I find that it sours my chances for a proper date.
Hey.
Could I convince you in letting me show you around the McCall state sometime? I'll consider it, Holden. Alright. I have your information. Chatter's history. Feline. Let's ask about the Seymour house. I feel like you've got lots of opinions. I had no idea that the head of the Seymour house eloped with Private Petal. All that matters is that Private Petal was a disappointment. To leave your patriotic duty in the name of love and dreams is a military sin. I can't respect it. Alright.
Ah.
That's right, I recall fairly vividly now. Private Petal always admired older women. Running off with Miss Seymour was a classic move. I really can't blame the fellow. Miss Seymour was quite the sight. I think a question I have, do the writers of this game, maybe the writer singular, think that these characters are also despicable? I think so, but come on out.
Oh.
You young ones can flutter about trying to solve how the professor's contraption functions, but I just don't have the energy. I let the railroad take me where it pleases, as they say. I don't need to know how locomotives do what they do, just that they do it. Alright.
Hey.
I still don't understand how a machine with a mouth can make us do its bidding. Is there some form of hypnotism involved? Maybe the professor's literature will help me wrap my head around it. There must be something here. Okay, so I think I'm level 4 now. I am. And... so if I only have 1 bow, I'm not sure there's a one bow power. So I might also have to buy more bows. Whoops. Oh, okay. Our previous discourse was I accidentally chose discourse. Our previous discourse was one small, rare, non-repeatable event. Never stop feeling bad for spoiling a servant's pride. Yeah, okay, so these are gonna take a fair amount more bows to put into place anyway. So I guess I'm supposed to be going around discoursing as often as I'm generally chit-chatting. Okay.
E.
I didn't think I still had the touch, but our last conversation made me feel like a boxer again. I'm not one to give up the fight. That's what I like to hear. Alright, so I'm going to play a little more conservatively, try to keep pushing the needle over. Maybe build up more power before I attack? Or before I convert to tact, I mean. That's rough. But the good news is that I should be able to do 2 tact attacks. Oops. And I feel like that might only take 1 hit from him to... Yep. Okay.
Yo.
Alright.
Yo.
Including a date. Alright, let me see who is lower level than that, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, right. 'Cause I lost against her. Oh, boy. Alright, well, this is going to go poorly, but... I'll at least take the cash. To get a bow out of it. What a horrifying young woman you've turned out to be. Okay. So, what level are you? 11? I'm squished. Okay, so this is level 8 and I was still losing. So I think 13 buckaroos is insufficient.
Hey.
Can I fight you again? Sorry, my new friend. I'm really just making a cash grab here. Now, let me see. I keep building up power. I should have been checking their... I forgot about this whole analysis thing. I should be checking what their skills and stuff are. Paid attention. Paid attention enhances tipping point. XP is gained at a faster rate and new skills can be learned through observation. Interesting. Okay. So can I reduce my composure situation? I might not be able to. Beyond return is my current upset status. So, as I'm looking at this, I guess I'm trying to understand the composure system a little more. So the movement says C plus 5. Is that the enemy's composure ranking plus 5? Is that 1, 2, 3? I think so, because I think that's 7 dots. So they're frustrated. Plus 2 from the actual... or 2 from frustrated plus the 5. So me being more upset means that I'm getting hurt a lot more. And now that I've let myself get so upset, it's very difficult to move things back the other direction. Because every hit he does is pushing it that many more steps. Yeah. All right. So let's nudge this way. I think I'm gonna lose this fight, probably in this turn? No. Next time he makes an attack. So, what do I think of the social combat mechanic? So I would say, like, philosophically, it irks me, in the sense that, like, every bit of conversation in this game is about trading resources and winning in these fights, which I think is just, like, you know, meh as a lifestyle decision. I think as far as, like, this fight system goes, I think it's okay. There's sort of the basic sort of exchange of power that's happening here, where disruptive will gain you power, the red bar. You exchange that for tact, and then you exchange tact for movement along the bar. And then figuring out how to change the composure of the other person. I haven't figured out if I can reduce mine, but I think there's layers here. I'm not sure how to get better. Okay, good. I'm not sure how to get better other than, well, one, me figuring out the system a little bit, but I think I have to equip skills. Oh, thanks for going easy on me. Oh, is that what happened? Are you alright? So, I think it's okay. I don't play a lot in the realm of JRPGs, which is what this considers itself to sort of, I think, quasi-jokingly be. But I like the way I'm kind of piecing together these little stories. Like, and clearly, in addition to me asking for information from all these people, I'm also giving up information. When I go to talk to the next person, they're like, oh, you say that so-and-so did such and such? And I think that's, like, an appropriate amount of catty bullshit, and very appropriate. But as far as the combat itself, I think if I were better at it, it would be a little more fun. But now I'm kind of in this weird gap where, like, I'm level 4 or 5, and I'm losing to the person one level above me, or 3 levels above me, like, pretty consistently. So I gotta figure out, like, how to get good, ultimately. And the reason I was fighting the person outside, who's much lower level than me, is I was hoping to get more money, more XP, so I could buy more skills. So, Private Petal and Professor Chatters were awfully close, they say. Before he went AWOL, he and the professor mingled quite a bit. Okay, so we know that the professor who made this horrible mouth...
Hey.
Get information from you. Can we talk about this later? Maybe after I finish this next glass. Alright, well, it's understandable. No one wants to talk about their mother's sex life. Very few people want to talk about their mother's sex life. So, let me try verbal sparring. I didn't think I still had the touch, but our last conversation made me feel like a boxer again. Okay. So, let me...
Yo.
So specialty is gaining tact. Okay. Which I knew he had to have something that let him gain more tact per power than I thought. Boyish charm enhances elegant smirk. 5, 10, or 15 extra tact is gained when landing on the center peg. Oh. Interesting. So the more we bounce around the center, the more tact he's going to get. Yeah, it's more like debate than anything else. And it's not, like, if I personally, which is like a person living in the world, particularly in 2020, if I go to a party and everyone's wanting to debate, and that's like one of the primary interactions between people, that's just exhausting, right? But they're obviously modeling a society here. So, you know, I think that's fair enough. So if I look at myself...
Yo.
Okay, I just have my one little skill. Which just gives me... Oh, specialty. Adaptation. Okay.
Yo.
Alright, so let's try this. If I... And so far, all the characters in this game have been, in addition to just being, like, conversationally combative, like, they've generally been classist or, like, just mean. Yeah, maybe that's what high society is like. I'm not rich enough to know. But this is certainly a perception of that ruling class. For sure. Okay. So that aggressive action made me frustrated. So that increased my, or worsened my composure. It's gonna give me 6. So the good news is it's going to be difficult for him to put the peg back on the centerpiece because I'm ready to burst, which means things are going to move 4 plus however many at a time, basically. This is... Yeah. So...
Yo.
That's... I'm quite sure they told me in the initial setup, but whatever it was did not stick. Because it seems like sometimes their disruptive act, which is what gains the power, upsets me. And definitely, though, sometimes the tact to movement, the aggressive act, also upsets me. And I don't know... It's probably better if I just move the needle at all. And I also don't know how to recover composure, which might just be a skill that I have to buy. Maybe there's something that's like, you have a chance to... Oh, maybe the more abrasive or overt aggression. Oh. I see. Huh. So if I'm on... So if we're both on star... So what happens? Let's say I switch to square. Well, alas. You still have your pride. Do I? Do I still have my pride?
Yo. E.
Could I convince you into letting me show you around the McCall estate sometime? I'll consider it. Okay, let me see if I have enough funds to buy a skill. From the mean... I mean, the servant kind of deserves to be mean. I've treated him like shit this whole game. Not quite. Okay. Where did you go? Oh, That's right. I sit in the seat. It's very cute.
Ah.
Let's do it again.
E.
All right. There it is. So, subtle is circle, common is square, overt is star. Okay, so that's on the disruptive. Okay, so that sets me at square. Maybe until the next time I do an act to change it. So if I were to switch to star now, theoretically star trumps. Yep. Thank you. Now this is making more sense. And so the more rotated I can make him. Alright, so they switch to that. Okay, and the submissive has a similar system. So if I go overt, that should irritate them again. Or help them lose their composure. Cool. Unfortunately. Alright. So the way to upset them further is to pick star, even though that won't move it quite as far over. But I think it might be worth it to keep pissing them off. Well, and there we go. That's the final piece to make this combat system make sense. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, how much movement do I get? Oh, I win. There we go. That was like the 4th time I fought this dude. And that's a fair amount of money.
Yo.
Now that that's settled, I'd like you to empty your pockets.
Oh.
Damn, she's cold. I would say that you're the first person interested in emptying my pockets, but my former manager is currently vacationing in Majorca. I don't know where that is. I'm not interested in your money. I'm not a train robber, but I will take that bow.
Yeah.
That's all? Go right ahead. I brought a much better tie to wear. I'll put this to good use.
E.
I have no doubt. So bows are basically like skill slots. So I think now I probably have 3 bows available to hold a power. Yeah. So, eye contact, let's see what that does. Start each discourse with 10 extra power. Gain 5, 10, or 15 bonus power when landing the conversation cursor on reddish pegs. I kind of like that. Sure, why not? Come on. How do I... There we go. Left shift. Alright. Thanks, Grumpy Butler. Sorry I'm an asshole. Alright, so I get to fight this lady who's upset about her son. Are you here to weave more lies about my family? Private Prattle. You can't defend him forever. Enough of your insolence. Now I have reddish pegs. Alright, so... actually, let me see what her abilities are. Specialty gaining power. Personal skill, powerful vocabulary. Powerful vocabulary, which is not true. Every time she goes to try to sound witty, she doesn't have the right words for it. Enhances the outcome of inflection perfection, granting a lot of power whenever landing on British pegs. She's an upgrade on the thing I just bought. That's interesting. Okay. So, we are both reddish peg people. Seems like a bad, it's like a bad skill I just picked. Alright, let's set myself up with a good square. Nudge the dial once. Okay, so looks like you only get power if you are the one to put it on the reddish peg. That's disappointing. Alright, let me go for a star. And that counted as landing on the same, on a red. Okay, cool. Whoa. Alright. So, I mean, damn. I don't want to settle for square, but I do want to keep up the composure situation. I mean, she's just gonna win, I think. Yeah, alright. So we'll do that a little differently next time.
Yeah.
What a horrifying young woman you've turned out to be. Back away slowly. Alright. But not, like, incredibly strong? I think she's level 12. So, purple dude's 8. 12. So maybe I should... So the green person is 11. So maybe I should go, like, kind of grind a bit. So what if I build up extra power by staying on the red peg? Of course, she's going to do the same, so I'm not sure that was a net positive. But I get to pick circle. You can. Yep, you can keep fighting over and over again. Wow. Alright, so star. Might be worth it to get on the next red peg. Alright. So, circle. Alright, so this will mess with our composure. Also. Alright, so I can convert right to tact. Ah, damn, I don't have enough to go for the circle. That's alright. Alright. Okay, so now I need more power again. Keep pissing her off. Probably the right thing to do. Oof. Yikes. Maybe I made a mistake. This will get me extra power. She doesn't have any tact in place, so she can't move that needle a ton. I'm incorrect. It was enough because I was ready to burst. Okay. I like how it literally made me back up. Okay, so let's talk to the general, who is level 11. Just a little bit lower. Oh, why did you never join the forces? I haven't actually fought her yet. I feel I have enough potential in my life. You're clearly implying that the military is for those without potential, and you without a house to fall back on. Yikes. Goship House is, indeed, a former house, and most people in my position would enlist simply to gain some sort of prestige. Yet, I haven't, and to reiterate, it is because I have the potential to garner prestige without the prescribed methods of the military. You do what again? I am the head photographer at the Masinbo Corporation. Ah, yes, you're truly living up to your potential. Harsh. While my soldiers and I risk our lives for the welfare of our great nation, you take pictures for a company that bottles syrup water. You overestimate your worth and underestimate mine. Let us expand on why you're wrong. Harsh. These people are just so mean. Alright, so let's see what we've got here. Specialty, composure control. That's not good. Composed mentality. I just learned how composure works. You can't take this away from me. Composed mentality enhances peace of mind. Recovers composure using submissive phrases, no matter the tone. Yeah, this party is a battlefield. Every single person here, except for the cat. The cat is immune to discourse. Which is the perfect life. Everyone here is ready to fight. Okay. Boy, this is gonna be tough. That's an ability I should buy. Recovers composure using... okay. I'm envious already. We haven't even gotten started yet. Alright. I'll take the extra power on the red, which I only got 5 in that case. So, on a circle, I want to run a square. Although I think, yep, it's going to immediately heal it. Huh. Okay, so square. I could upset again. Yep, nope. Okay. So I have 1 bow. I think I need 3 bows for the next skill. Can you feel my years of experience and training overwhelm you? I won't hold this against you. You're a civilian, after all. Just remember who keeps you safe. Ugh. Alright. Let's try one more time. Your previous loss was, well, less than a surprise. And yet, I reappear. To my displeasure. Did we just shake hands? I think we did. Firm handshake. Yeah, I can't, like, see all of the abilities. Okay. Alright. Let's nudge the needle this time. Take the extra power this way. She's on square. I could do this. Although, she's gonna regain that back. Or not. Okay. So the first time she does a submissive action to convert to tact, she's gonna drop a dot. So I guess I just keep piling on. Okay. Oof. Alright. I've got to move things. Even if it doesn't increase her upsetness. Alright. So I want to convert and upset. Alright, so she's at square. So yeah, I'll do a little punch. Oof. So I think something that sort of weakens this mechanic, although I don't envy I don't envy anyone doing this, is the fact that there is no like witty conversation happening, right? Like we're in this mode, we're doing this fight, and then we come out and have a brief conversation about the end of it, where I lose and she sounds really smug and I am just dots because I was wordless. The fact that there isn't witty banter happening now kind of, I think, weakens the idea, but that would be a lot of writing to have a fair amount of variety in all these fights, given that at some point you're going to have to kind of do these several times to get money. So I definitely understand why it's not there, but yeah, it definitely kind of changes things a bit. All right, so let's at least get ourselves back to center and make her angry. Oof. So diamond, I want to be on circle, or on star rather. Get this thing over there. Even like procedurally generated quips. Yeah, I agree. Like, I think, and I don't know anything about the constraints of the developer and the creation of this, but you could have kind of a bank of one-liners per character that you cycled between. But it could also just be too much. Like, if you're doing these fights over and over again, like, as the player, you might be like, oh, we're getting the same, you know, the same barks, visually or otherwise, over and over again. So I could see that being less fun. Uncivilized. Whoa. Oh no, is that going to be enough to... Okay, woof. Beyond return. I like that we have different labels for the full bars. I feel like I gotta move this thing off of... I mean, I'm gonna lose. There's just no... I mean, I could move it 2 spaces, get extra power, but she can do the same move and immediately basically win, I think. Oh, no? Okay. What happens if you keep upsetting them at this point? Alright. So... I don't have anything to bring my composure down, so... That's... At least I don't think... I assume I don't. Haven't found it yet. Alright. That gets me a win. Holy shit. I did it. Splendid verbalization. Also, a nice chunk of change.
Oh.
You're a tough opponent, but that doesn't change the fact that I'm right. So now what do we do? Nothing, other than you handing over your pride. That's a physical impossibility. Your rank? That wouldn't work. Your fashion sensibility? If I give you this bow tie, will you leave me alone? Yes. Are you satisfied? I'm never satisfied, but for the sake of this conversation, certainly. Holy crap. Alright. That was fun. Let's see what our options are in terms of skills. Alright, so I have 2 bows available, which means I do not have enough, but I can talk to the cat and buy a bow from the cat. At which point I will have plenty of money for adventure stuff. So, let's get information on what I want. Start each discourse with extra power. That's less exciting. Extra tact. Recover composure when using submissive tones. Okay, right, that's what she had. Tipping point. Increases XP gained at the end of discourse. She also had firm handshake. Start discourse as if 1 level stronger. Okay, so I basically fought her as if she were a level 12 in the sense of like that where the cursor was positioned. Avoid losing the conversation once per discourse. Huh. So I guess it might just tip the cursor back 1. Alright. Let me go see what the cat has. What the cat's costs are. So cute. It's Chatter again. How are you, Harper? Still lounging around the estate, I see. Don't have too much fun. Very adorable. Okay, so I can increase bows. 1 bow. Okay, so that would give me up to 3. What is a charisma boost? A light boosting charisma that inspires Seymour to break beyond level 4. Huh. I don't know why I care, except that he's good to level against, I guess, but mostly interested in bows. So the other things that the cat sells allow you to partake of the wines. So if you look like here, presumably I'll be able to like, I'll get wines showing up that I'm finding on the table or maybe in this room or something. It's just me guessing. And then the other thing has to do with photography. Oh, what is this? Learn Witty's special skill. Oh, okay. Okay, so 35 buckaroos. Oh. Peace of Mind is going to take 4 slots. I mean, I think Peace of Mind's real good, though. So it might be worth buying it, doing another fight to get the rest of the money, and then buying the additional bow. Alright. So... Yeah, it definitely looks like there's not another way. I'm not gonna fight this dude. This dude's like a level 32. I'm gonna go have discourse with my friend. This is not really my friend. Oh, I mean, gossip about Chatter's history. I hate that Chatter's bought the estate, but I suppose someone would have. It's a weird experience being back. All this time, he didn't tell me that this was his house. It's just bizarre. I may not be the best at socializing, but Mother always said I was a fast learner. Give me a chance and I'll prove I can keep up. I think I'm learning some new tricks. Watch. Alright. So... I'll move 2 spots, take the extra power from landing on red. So I want star. Conveniently, I want square. I always like to just go, like, to the most powerful move, of course. Actually, do I have enough tact to actually just win? I do. Your family will be proud. Ouch. Harsh.
Hey.
I think you get the idea. I have no intentions of belittling you any further, but seriously, Seymour, you need to step up your game.
Huh.
Yes, of course, I'll do just that. Yeah, since I'm so much higher level, the bar starts, like, the difference number of dots over to the... in the direction of the higher level person. Alright. Alright, so let's... Now I have peace of mind. So, I think I will, win against Grumpy Miss Petal, and then probably wrap the stream there. Oh. Recover composure when using submissive phrases unless your tones will match. Yeah. Okay, so the upgrade that she had, I think, is what added the regardless of your tone. I think that makes sense still. I think I still just keep pushing for different tones. Yeah, no, that's...
Yeah.
Are you here to weave more lies? I'm here to tell the truth. So, this game, I think, was in the, racial equality bundle that Itch did with the 1700 games. I think that's how I acquired it. So I don't remember if you said you already have it and haven't played it yet, or we're looking at it. So if you happen to have that bundle, then you have this game and, of course, the 1699 other games that were in it. In fact, I've been streaming mostly those games for a lot of my recent future-proof plays. Alright, so let's move to a red dot. I see. Oof. Ruh-roh. So, let's convert and heal and aggravate all in one go for what that was worth. This would annoy her more and move us solidly on the other side. It's kind of a win. Alright. Let's get some healing happening here. This won't aggravate her, but that will heal me. And now I have to move this, or it's all over. Oh, I don't have that. Okay. That's what I want anyway. Beyond return. I like a good angry opponent, I guess. Okay, so this is good. Our symbols don't match. Cool. Circle. I want square. This takes me all the way over, gets me additional power. That won't work. Let's gain more power. Oof. Alright. Ugh. I hate that the... Okay. There's no point in aggravating her further, because she's already at max. So as long as I'm just a different symbol, I'm good. Alright. Is there any... Maybe. Nope, we'll have matching symbols. Damn. She might win. If I do this, I get extra power. Let's do that. Oh, maybe the names are random each match. That'd be cool. Just heal me a little bit. Nope. I might still call the stream here.
Yeah.
So tempted. Okay, I'll try one more time. And if I don't get it, regardless of whether I get it or not, I'll call the stream. Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tough fight. But it's going better now than it did the first time I tried it. Here's one of my estate cats. Alright, so let's move to the red. Yeah, so she's got 4 dots on me right off the bat because she's 4 levels higher than me. So that's rough. I'm not sure how I feel about that as the way that level factors into combat. You already have the advantage of having more skills in place because you've ostensibly fought your way up and have the XP and have spent the XP. So, don't want symbols to match. Annoying, but let's charge up more tact this time. Alright, so she's not very pissed. She's insufficiently pissed. So just handing over more power. So I don't have any abilities that use more than 30 tact. So I'm not sure that there's a benefit. The benefit to banking more tact is that you can do a series of movements, kind of rapid fire. But it's not that, you know, you're not really getting to sort of charge up for a bigger move. Whoa.
Yeah.
I wonder if whatever that was piercing gaze. Sort of a flash of an eyeball. Alright. Can I think I've got to get this thing on the other side. I've got to get this over the line. Let's move that there. It's on a red dot. I want circle anyway. Perfect. Probably worth it to keep pissing her off. Shit. Oh, that's nice. Overt will land me on a red peg. I wonder what that power is doing.
Yeah.
I wish I could pick which skill I get to see the instructions on, or the description on. Alright. I think... Yeah, I think I'll get over there, get some extra power, at least be on the other side of the center line. This way, I can convert, calm down. I like this. Although I am now uncivilized. Let's see if I can chill the hell out a little bit. Oof. I don't need to make her more pissed. Okay. And you know what? Nope, never mind. I was gonna say, just one more hit would have won, because it would have been even just 1 dot plus her 6 already, but... Yeah. Alright, so... let's calm myself down a little bit. Okay. That wins. You devastated the opposition. And got a bow. I think it's very cute that bow ties are the skill slot. Oh, I got 2 of them. Now that you've stopped investing in your simple delusions, maybe we can work with each other.
Yeah.
I suppose that's a possibility. I don't care much for you, but you're right. My son has disgraced the Petal name, and it's no use hiding it. Everyone knows. But very few people seem to realize that it's Professor Chatter's fault that he acted out his boyish daydreams.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. That's an angle my husband and I had never fully considered. It isn't my son's fault he toyed with romantic fantasies. Every young man does it. The blame should be firmly placed on someone else. Ruh-roh. Everyone steps up to one cliff's edge or another when they're young, but few step off. A superior officer should have provided guidance away from that cliff. Instead, Chatter's pushed, and your son fell, bringing down the Petal name. Could it be that I was invited to this party to play the fool once again? Was taking my son from me not enough for Chet Chatters? It's possible. We're all currently trapped here by his mechanical manipulation. He could be capable of many devious and petty acts. I, for one, have had enough of this absurdity. I'm going to demand to see the professor immediately. Oh no, we're gonna have to deal with the mouth again. Oh God. Servant, I require your presence. I'm the only person here of that noble profession, so you must be referring to me. If you don't allow me to see the professor this very minute, I'm going to... To what, exactly? You're going to get even more drunk on the great professor's fine wines? I've barely had a few drinks. And yet, I can practically smell your breath from across the table. Do us all a favor and enjoy the hospitality you've been shown. This little experiment won't last much longer, I assure you.
Yeah.
How dare you walk away from me? What a curious situation. Well, I've had it up to here with all of this. The professor will pay for spoiling the Petal name and trapping me in this little charade. Oh no. Is she gonna punch the mouth? Or yell at it? Okay. Let's see how well the professor's marvelous invention withstands an 11-year aged bottle of watermelon port? Okay, that's gross. I like port. That's gross. Miss Petal, what in the world are you doing? Something I should have done earlier this evening. The professor suggested we enjoy the wine, and I plan to do just that. You haven't thought this through. Mr. McCall is absolutely correct. That's a priceless opal Carlin in your hand. Surely you meant to grab the Ambleton. Oh god, the mouth is going to come out again.
Oh, oh.
Dear heavens, that opal Carlin barely had a chance to breathe.
Ah.
This is truly a sad day for good port, Mr. Boasting. That is an adequate assessment, Mr. McCall. Even as a former serviceman, I can hardly say I've seen something quite so ghastly. No. Ladies and gentlemen, I have splendid news. You can't possibly have splendid news. Look at your face. According to my readouts, the mouth has been thoroughly soaked in liquid and glass. Oh my god. That's not the good news, though. The good news is that it still functions flawlessly. I can't. There's so many teeth. This is in no small part due to my tedious preparations, of course. I am a certified genius. And, although I'm literally quivering with anger, I have to appreciate the fact that my invention was put through this test of passion. You're a monster, Chatters. You've been nothing but a blight to my family. I realize that some of you might be saying that I am some kind of monster. To that, I must reenact my scoff from earlier. Scoff. Now that my throat has been thoroughly cleared, I must make something even clearer. Extra clear. Clearer than my now scoffed throat. All of you should remain here until my research has been fully finished. Do any of you contest?
Hey.
You can't expect us not to take issue with this. I presume some of you have taken issue with this. Fair enough, and I must confess that none of you have any say in the matter. And that is that.
Oh.
The blasted professor can't hear us, Mr. McCall. Your silver tongue is no use.
Eee.
And I feel quite the fool for attempting to engage in his devilish discourse. I think I know who the boss of the game is. Don't be too hard on yourself, McCall. There's not much we can do in the face of this terrible power he has over us. Ah, yes, before I forget. Miss Gossip, I require your presence in my study within the next 5 minutes. Me? Yes, you, Miss Gossip. Although I'm only repeating myself out of childish joy at this point, the mouth is a rather fun contraption. Fun for who? I shall leave you to your evening. Please refrain from harming the mouth any more than you already have.
Yeah.
That dirty scoundrel. Oh. What? You summoned me? That noise. For someone who practically assaulted a servant trying to get in here earlier, you're awfully calm. I don't much like being persuaded into your study by that mouth. Excuse me if I'm a bit tired. You're a photographer, correct? I am, the head photographer at Masimbo. What does a bottling company need with a photographer? Everyone needs a photographer, Mr. Chatters. A picture is worth 1,000 words, and you know how important words can be. More than anyone, perhaps. The real question is, why did you invite me to this gathering without knowing my profession or place of work? That's not a matter of importance, yet. For now, we have business. Business? I have plenty more questions. Why have you called us here? Why us? How does the mouth work? Why can't we leave? Why can't you leave? There's an ancient story of a man who held the power of words in his hand, quite literally. The word was engraved on a stone. Ooh. When he spoke the word aloud, people would simply collapse. Furthermore, he was immune to all forms of discourse. I think it's the cat. The cat can say meow and is immune to discourse. No matter the outcome of a conversation, he would walk away unscathed, completely in control. You ignore my questions. You must let me finish, Miss Gossip. Even without my machine, I am much more skilled than you are. You stand no chance. In the legends, it was thought that the stone held the power, and that the word activated that power. But I believe otherwise. I believe that the word, written on any object, can be wielded as mightily as any sword. To know it is to know it and use it. Oh, to hold it is to know it and use it. Why would such a renowned man of science invest in such a fairy tale? What good is magic to a professor? Magic has its place in the world. Magic is simply a term for science we do not yet understand. Mrs. Seymour was a strong woman. She had most of the other houses under her control. My inside sources say that she showed signs of having the words. This is how we know we're near the end of a stream, is all the letters are just blurring together. No need to get into the details, but everyone knows she was quite powerful? Invincible. That is, until I convinced Private Prattle to seduce her and leave the country. If this word existed, she surely took it with her. Not necessarily. There's hardly a reason to hold on to objects in the passions of a nighttime tryst. Once fully disrobed, Prattle convinced her to leave. The small details of the situation are hard to explain, but I assure you there's no chance that she took the object with her. William made certain of it. William... The remainder of the guests have calmed down for now, Professor. The mouth has upset them, but they show no signs of leaving. Excellent work, William. I was just informing Miss Gossip about my master plan. I hope you left some details to her vivid imagination. Not many. I like to be fairly thorough when divulging secret conspiracies to semi-strange guests. So you used Miss Seymour's servant to ensure that she fled the estate without any of her personal belongings. Little good it did. She had apparently hid the word away before attending to Private Prattle's private prattling. I knew there was going to be a sex joke in here somewhere. And this is where you come in, Miss Gossip. You're a fresh set of eyes and ears. You're quite persuasive to boot. Your power of suggestion have pitted Miss Prattle against us. And that's a new mess we need to clean. More importantly, you get along well with Seymour, heir to the Seymour house. He must have some information. Why not question him yourself? Why not use the mouth? We will if we have to, but for now it's best not to apply too much pressure. And using the mouth would inform everyone of our plan. As stupid as this plan sounds, what makes you think I'll go along with it? You refuse? I'm not daft. Of course I refuse. Allow me to persuade you then. Oh no, level 40? Alright, so we'll pause here for a second. I'll drink some water. Talk a little bit about what Future Proof is doing. So, Future Proof Games. My studio, in conjunction with Gregory in chat, who's been good with the grimace faces for the mouth. So we are still working on the Rosette Diceless supplemental book. So if you like tabletop RPGs, one, you probably already own it because it was in the itch bundle. And we are doing a supplemental book. Thank you, Greg. We're doing a supplemental book, including some additional articles, some alternate rules that you might want to try, some perspectives on ways to play, and sort of how to approach things at your tables, ideas that we've learned over the last few years of playing the game. So that is in progress. That's exciting and fun, and I am ready to birth it into the world. I mean, I'm gonna lose this fight, so I might as well just go ahead and do it. In fact, I think the first hit, just gonna, yeah. You are a mistake. That's harsh. So in the interim, while we're writing that, oh, thank you, Greg. Link to Rosette Dice is in chat. We are also soon going to be sending our October newsletter, which includes a picture of one of my 2 cats. This month, it's not this one, it's my other adorable baby, who does not tend to come hang out while I'm streaming. As well as an article sort of focused on our community building thoughts and how things have gone in the last year of that. News about every project we're working on and sort of the status of things. So yeah, Greg will also put a link to the newsletter. We send that out about monthly to cover news on everything we're doing. Our next Future Proof Plays, which will be Gregory streaming a game, should be in about 2 weeks. And I don't know that you've picked a game yet, right, Greg? Okay. I don't know what my next game will be either, which will be in a month. But yeah, every 2 weeks we do Future Proof Plays, either me or Greg, typically alternating. So follow both of us on Twitch for that. We also archive them up on YouTube. And we've also recently released an episode of our podcast, Future Proof Podcast, which you can either listen to on YouTube or in your favorite podcatcher of choice. And it's a short podcast, usually in the 15-minute range, although this last one's a little shorter. It's just like a quick summary of stuff we're working on, some interesting, sort of tidbits that have happened or cool interactions with community and stuff like that. So, get to listen to our dulcet tones delivering news.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out you're a much better listener than you thought, eh? Oh. Now here's the deal. You are going to wean as much information about the word as possible from young Master Seymour without letting on too much about our plan.
Mm-hmm.
That audio. Once you've discovered information we might find of use, you are to report to William.
Mm-hmm.
Calling me sir is an option, but not a demand. I also prefer pet names like Your Highness and Mr. Superior. Go with whatever feels right.
Mm-hmm.
Is this perfectly clear? I'll be done before you know it. Chapter 3, Futility, or A Fate Worse Than Mild Inconvenience. Alright, so I'm gonna go save. And then end the stream. Now that I have a better handle on the combat, I will probably play more of this. I think it's interesting. I'm curious what the word is. I mean, I'm not sure this game is going to have a twist. Maybe it will, but like a cool twist would be the word is please, or something else that's like kind or compassionate or something. I don't know. Anything other than these people's vile behavior towards each other. I'm not sure this game is going to try to be, I don't know, subversive at all. But I at least want to say hi to the cat. How are you, Harper? Still lounging around the estate? Super cute. Okay, that's all. So, thank you all for watching. I did not think I would play 3 whole hours of this, so I'm glad that I did. Thank you very much to Sophos for helping me with combat and understanding the system. That was fun. And I will be streaming, I'll be streaming a non-future-proof stream on Monday night. I don't know what I'm going to be playing. It might be No Man's Sky, it might be Warframe, could be something else, I don't know. Something chill, but that is all for now. Thank you all for watching.